things the Labour Party should do to be sure of victory in 2023 presidential election. These recent months have been filled with truckload of activities in the political sphere of the country ahead of the 2023 elections. Parties have elected presidential candidates, some politicians have changed parties, and many citizens have expressed their different opinions on their choices of candidates for the presidential election. Labour Party in the candidacy of Peter has gained popular support, especially among the youth, as it now looks like a major third force after APC and PDP. The preparation for the election this time around is like no other, as the turn-up for the PVC registration has been very high because of the awareness and the clamor for people to have change in what has been bedeviling this nation since 1999. However, many things must be put in place by a party to secure victory because there's more than meets the eye. There are two major things that Labour Party have to do to stand a chance to win the 2023 election. One, it might not sound but it is the most expedient. Peter Obi must concentrate efforts with other minor parties to form a merger. Many supporters have expressed displeasure and indifference at the talks of a merger between parties like NNPP, AAC, and Labour Party. But it is a necessary step to take. Taking a cue from history, no minor party has ever won the presidential election. For a significant change to happen, significant action must be taken. Looking at Buhari's APC, which is a more recent example, the party is a consolidation of other parties. After trying severally to be president, Buhari later got what he wanted after the merging of parties, which is now known as APC. Labour Party needs to take a cue from this. A merger has many benefits. It draws the attention and attraction of people regionally and ethnically. It also helps a party gather more members and more recognition. A Peter Obi-Kwankwaso merge, for example, will gain the interest of not only voters in the southeast, but voters in the north too. This way, the north, which has the highest population in the country, has to share its votes with different northern candidates if it is voted ethnically, which is a win for Peter Obi. This is very important. Many have criticized activists like Deji Adeyanju for saying opposition parties are not serious and are full of pride, meaning that APC will win the coming election. But that is the honest truth if nothing changes. Politics doesn't care about emotion but actual actions. Numbers win the game of politics, which favors APC. On that metric, minor parties must show desire and seriousness by setting aside personal ambitions to come together and elect a deserving candidate that the majority are accustomed to. Number two, a radical sensitization of the masses must take place. Let's take a cue from the just concluded Ekiti election. It is a good start to see the Social Democratic Party, a minor party, take second place, but photos and videos were seen online portraying vote buying and selling. Many people are ignorant. I mean, they don't know about parties different from APC or PDP. They don't even know the presidential candidate, but they are loyal to the parties they have known for ages, old people especially. Many people don't know about political happenings. They rarely use social media, and they see politics as a choice between two major parties. These people must be deeply educated about politics. This involves going from house to house to inform them, explain why a party is better suited for them. Youth who support Peter Obi can do well by informing their parents and relatives about why it should be voted for. The masses must be informed about the long-lasting consequences of their decisions. They must be educated about how to vote, the logo to thumbprint for, and many other ethics that are needed to be known to avoid disqualifications of vote. This is a job for every youth supporting the Labour Party's presidential candidate. If this is done, there's a huge chance of victory for the party. Well, what is your opinion about this? Kindly make it known. I want to advise seriously that this thing must be taken with a giant stride. That people must come out, especially those clamoring for him, especially Labour Party candidate Peter Obi, to win. Kwankwaso will not be contesting alongside. Never, not possible. One of them must collapse his interest for the other. They are just toiling with options. The NNPP and Labour Party may not be possible and serve as a distraction to Labour Party and the obedience in general. The right thing to do is that Labour Party will be consulting to know the most viable northern candidate that can be accepted widely by the obedient. Then the case is closed. Kwankwaso will step down for Atiku just like Tambuwal openly did at the convention. You understand the game. Kwankwaso will never be Peter Obi vice. NNPP is distracting Peter Obi to let him look for a good northern candidate that youth will accept so we can move ahead. If Nigerians really know what they are doing through, they will know who they will vote for. Look for who will be your running mate from the north. Please leave this proud NNPP man. I love what this writer says. It is very true. No minor party has ever won a presidential election. I can vividly remember that before APC, there was ACN which belonged to the Yoruba and was spearheaded by Tinubu, who with help was able to merge with other parties together with ACN to form APC. While Buhari was able to gain the presidential ticket, if Peter Obi must win, he has to merge so many parties together and create awareness, just like what APC did in 2015, and they were able to take over from PDP. Other things are changing. As people's minds are changing, Nigerians no longer believe in party anymore, but the qualities of a good candidate. If Southerners will be interested in election, it will disabuse the norm that Northerners are more. North is more of land than human. I served there. Wake up and do the needful, Southerners. Don't be intimidated by their threats. With situation of things as now, Obi cannot win one state in the north. How do you become the president of a nation when all you need is a credible candidate from the north for him to take over? That is the opinion of some people. What is yours? Kindly make it known as you subscribe to my page. Thank you, good day, and God bless.